Making me a meal for the week. Yep, spaghetti. This is turkey, spaghetti, got onions in here. I'm also going to add me some chicken artichoke sausages. This is free range. Okay. Zephaniah, I can record if I want to, so be quiet. Okay, as you can see, I added my spices and my seasonings. I have some basil. I have some oregano mixed with basil and tomato, spice blend. I also have some Slap Ya Mama. I also have some cumin. Got some cumin. What else? Oh, granulated garlic. I don't have no fresh garlic in here. This is just basic, so I just basically got onions in here. And some diced tomatoes I'm going to add. Add my diced tomatoes in here. I'm going to add my sausages next. Okay, I'm also going to add some tejpata. Tejpata is bay leaves. I'm only going to add 3. I'm going to add 3 of these. Tejpata is also known as bay leaves. You put them in your beans too. Yep. Okay, this is sauce from scratch, okay? Right there, I have me some tomato paste. 1 can of tomato paste, just 1. If you're making for a big family, you might need 2. Tomato paste. And I also added a teaspoon of Grey Poupon. And I also added a teaspoon of spicy brown mustard. I have to use my spatula to get all the tomato paste out the can. I am not using no Prego or Ragu at all. Okay, I'm going to mix this in here. I'm not adding no water at all. Okay, I have mixed all of that together in here. I think I am going to add another can of tomato paste. I'm going to put another can of tomato paste, but this time I'm going to add half of the can of water, which is not much. Let's go add a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, I added another can of tomato paste. See the water? It's only like half, so I'm gonna pour that in there, that wasn't even a lot. Because I don't have any more diced tomatoes, that's why I added that water to go with this tomato paste. And I'm just gonna mix that in here. I'm now going to begin to add my chicken sausages for my spaghetti. I added all my spices and my Italian seasoning. I'm also cooking in the cast iron skillet. Cooking in the cast iron, mix this all together. Okay, I mixed it all in here. I want to show you. I added another teaspoon of Grey Poupon. Okay, so now I'm going to add my chicken sausages. I'm gonna let this simmer because the sausages is basically already done. These are chicken sausages that has mozzarella and artichokes in here. Basically already done, and I'm just gonna mix this in here. And I'm just gonna let it simmer, and it'll be done. Because our turkey meat, I'm sorry if I didn't say, our turkey meat is already done. Okay, now I'm gonna cook my noodles. I want to cook my spaghetti noodles. I'm not going to mix this up. This is going to be real 100% genuine spaghetti. Spaghetti ain't mixed up. That's not it. I'm going to let it simmer. But I am going to add a little bit more water. That's not dirty water. That's the sauce from my other wooden spoon. I just rinsed the spoon and added the water. So I'm going to add a little bit of water, just a little bit. Okay. I know I said I wasn't going to add no water, but I just added a little bit. I just like my sauce to be rich. You are supposed to add water with the tomato paste, but you don't have to. All right. Do I need that other water? I like my sauce to be thick. I don't like no watery sauce. It's thick, y'all. I'm gonna add the rest of it. Well, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna add a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna leave that and pour that out into the sink. Okay, this is it. This is all. Now, if you want, you can add bell peppers. You can add mushrooms. You can also add yellow and orange bell peppers. You can add whatever you want. But sometimes you just gotta use what you have. I used what I had. I had 1 can of diced tomatoes. That's all I had. And I used 2 cans of tomato sauce. Even though I used 2 cans of tomato sauce, I want to say I put a can of water in each. I like my sauce to be thick and rich. This is basically done. I'm just letting it simmer because I did add those sausages in there even though they were done. Okay, and my sauce is finished for my spaghetti. Hello, so these are all the spices that I use for my spaghetti sauce. This is my spaghetti sauce. Okay, so I used cumin powder. I did not measure. I used granulated garlic. You can also put fresh garlic. I just didn't put any. I put a teaspoon of mustard, spicy brown mustard. I put some Slap Ya Mama. Slap Ya Mama. You can find this at Walmart. Go online and buy it too. I also put some oregano with basil. I use some finely ground basil as well. I use 2 teaspoons of Grey Poupon Dijon. And I use 2 cans of tomato paste. Now, if you're cooking a pot for a big family, you might want to use 4 when making your own sauce. And you can add 2 cans of this, fill it with water, and add to your sauce. But remember, I like mine thick, so I added 1 can for each sauce. I know I said I wasn't going to add no water, but I end up adding water anyway. Then I use some black pepper. And I use 1 can of diced tomatoes. I just want to add, you can also get stewed tomatoes. Stewed tomatoes works really good in spaghetti. And once you get those stewed tomatoes, you might want to smash them up, put them in a blender, or you can take a glove and put it on and smash it with your hand. But these are all the spices that I use for my spaghetti sauce. And I also, remember, I used some black pepper. And I use 1 can of diced tomatoes. I just want to add, you can also get stewed tomatoes. Stewed tomatoes works really good in spaghetti. And once you get those stewed tomatoes, you might want to smash them up, put them in a blender, or you can take a glove and put it on and smash it with your hand. But these are all the spices that I use for my spaghetti sauce. And I also, remember, I used Taj Pata. This is Taj Pata, also known as bay leaves. These are bay leaves. These are bay leaves. Do not eat the bay leaf, okay? Take the bay leaf out and throw it away, okay? But I'm going to leave it in here until I get ready, to eat. These are the bay leaves. Do not eat bay leaves, okay? You don't want those bay leaves to get into your intestinal tract, okay? It's not really good for your digestive system. Okay, and that is my spaghetti. Now I'm going to do my noodles. And let's say you want to taste how your sauce tastes, because I season to taste, right? So you want to get a clean spoon and a plate. What I do is I would just go like this, because you don't want to taste from this spoon. You want to put it in the plate. You want to put a little bit in the plate. Then you want to take a spoon right here. Let's say, I'm going to add a little bit more garlic. I'm going to add a little more garlic, granulated garlic. I'm going to add a little bit more. Because, we're going to season to taste. I'm say, I think I want to add a little bit more pepper. I'm going to add a little bit more pepper. Never use the spoon that you're cooking to taste. That is very unsanitary. That is not good. I don't care if you're doing it for your children, husband, or whatever. That's just not good. I'm just saying. Let's say you want to taste how your sauce tastes, because I season to taste, right? So you want to get a clean spoon and a plate. What I do is I would just go like this, because you don't want to taste from this spoon. You want to put it in the plate. You want to put a little bit in the plate. Then you want to take a spoon right here. Let's say, I'm going to add a little bit more garlic. I'm going to add a little more garlic, granulated garlic. I'm going to add a little bit more. Because, we're going to season to taste. I'm say, I think I want to add a little bit more pepper. I'm going to add a little bit more pepper. Never use the spoon that you're cooking to taste. That is very unsanitary. That is not good. I don't care if you're doing it for your children, husband, or whatever. That's just not good. I'm just saying. That's just not good, and it's unsanitary. Then you just want to mix that in there, right? Okay, so we're going to give it another taste. So we go just taste. We just tasting, right? You're going to take a little bit more. So you want to just taste that sausage too. You just want to taste that sausage, right? So we go drop it. We're not even going to get close. We go just drop it, right? Oops, I dropped the little on the stove. It's okay, I'll get it. So anyway, you want to take your spoon, your tasting spoon, right? You want to take your tasting spoon and taste. This is how you taste. You do not. This is how you taste. Perfect. You do not take your cooking spoon and taste. Serious. You don't. For real. Very, very unsanitary. Okay? It's not clean. It's disgusting. It's nasty. Period. Okay? Tasting spoon. Cooking spoon. This is your cooking spoon. You want to taste how it tastes? You don't take your tasting spoon and put it in here. Here's your cooking spoon. And you just, boom, drop it. Put your cooking spoon back in your pot, your saucepan, and you take your tasting spoon and taste. Okay? And if you don't like it, then you add more spices or whatever you want to into your dish, into your sauce. Never take your cooking spoon to taste with your tasting spoon. Okay? I'm just saying. All right. And this is my beautiful, delicious sauce. For my pasta, I'm using Brilla and I'm using linguine. You can use the thin spaghetti. You can use macaroni noodles. You can use whatever you want. I like the thin spaghetti, or I like linguine. I'm going to use linguine. And this is my Brilla. And I really like Brilla. my spaghetti sauce from scratch. No Prego, no ragu. This is from scratch, okay? I made my sauce from scratch. Okay. That's a big. Okay, I am boiling my water for my linguine. That's my dishwasher going in the background. That's what that noise is. I'm going to add a little oil, just a little oil, so my noodles won't stick. I just added some oil. Then I'm going to add my linguine. I'm going to let it boil a little bit more. I'm going to add my linguine. But like I'm using my linguine as my spaghetti. Now I'm going to add my noodles. Added my linguine. I'm just adding them from the box. I'm going to take a spoon if I have to separate them. Okay, there's my linguine. The camera is a little, there we go. The camera was a little smoky. All right. And it doesn't take long for them to get done. You can read the directions on the box. I don't. I just go by how they look. Okay, I'm going to turn this dishwasher off for 1 minute so y'all can hear me. Okay, so y'all can hear me. Okay, so here's my noodles. Sometimes they start to stick. You just get you a spoon and you go like this. You just shake them and they go come apart. Just go like that. Never walk, well I don't, never walk away from noodles. It don't take long for them to get done. You just want to shake them like that. And they'll come loose like that. Just go like that. Yep, there you go. You're going to need a strainer. If you don't have a strainer, that's okay, because you can put a top on your pot and just strain the water off. They're not quite done, but I'm going to continue to let them cook, but that's how you take them, you put them on the thing, you just shake them like that. Shake them, shake them, shake them. Okay, and my linguine for my spaghetti is done. I'm going to now put it in my strainer. They're not sticking. As you can see, I'm putting in my strainer. I'm going to strain the water out of my strainer. I'm going to pour the water down. And pour the water in here. Be careful about it. Ooh, it's hot too. The sink is clean, so I made sure of that. Okay. Pour. Some people rinse their noodles, but ooh, hot. Okay. Some people rinse their noodles, but I don't rinse mine off at all. I don't rinse mine. I'm just gonna shake it, make sure all that water is out. I'm gonna put my pot back here on the side. All right, I'm gonna put my noodles back into my pot. All the water is off. Ooh, hot. Okay, now I say I don't usually rinse my noodles, which I don't. But I'm just gonna put a little lukewarm water. Just a little lukewarm. That's it. All right, because I don't really want to rinse them off. I want to make sure they're not sticking. Make sure you drain that water. Make sure you drain that water. All right, now we're gonna fix our plate. Fix my plate. Now, I'm gonna fix my plate of my spaghetti on how I want to eat my spaghetti. And this is how you eat real 100% genuine spaghetti. You do not need to mix it together. And that is how. And dinner is served. Okay. And there is my plate. Now, if you want, you can have you some salad. You can have your little broccoli. All right, T. Yes. Okay, have a blessed evening, day, or night. Okie dokie. That's how we used to do our spaghetti like that. This is how I came up anyway. It wasn't mixed together, but this is how we ate spaghetti. You have your noodles, and then we put our meat sauce on top. We made it homemade. Wasn't no ragu or prego. Not at all. Okay, and for our ultimate taste, this is how I grew up eating spaghetti. We had the sauce in one pan, then we had the noodles in another. The noodles was placed on the plate, and then the spaghetti sauce with the meat was placed on top of the noodles. And that is how we ate our spaghetti. Mm-hmm. So we wasn't allowed to put this much food in our mouth. Sorry for smacking in your face, but the spaghetti is so delicious. And you can use any kind of pasta and noodles that you want to, but that's how we ate our spaghetti.